Welcome to my channel one more week. This week we're gonna be making a Spanish paella made with chicken and seafood. For a great paella, it will definitely take you 40 minutes or more, but the result will be great. Let's start this delicious recipe by cleaning 2 large onions. We are going to dice our onions. I know I said it a few times on the past on my other videos, but I'm gonna repeat myself. If you smash the garlic with the side of your knife, it will be easier to remove the skin of the garlic. We are going to remove the skin of 4 large garlic cloves and use our garlic crusher. If we don't have any tool like this, we can use a knife and do a finely chop. Now we're going to dice 2 Romano tomatoes. If you don't have Romano tomatoes, you can use any tomato you prefer. Now we're going to cut our pepper in half and remove all the seeds. Now we're going to dice it as fine as possible. Now we're gonna start cleaning our shrimp, and we're gonna be using about 1 pound to 1.5 pounds of shrimp, and we're gonna remove the skin and the insides. Also, you don't have to use shrimp, you can use any seafood you prefer, but most paellas have shrimp. We're going to use about 2 pounds of chorizo. We're gonna start by cutting it in small cubes, and we're going to cook it later on. The reason we're using chorizo is that it gives it a nice taste to our paella. Don't forget to always have fun on the kitchen, and don't be afraid to replace and change any ingredients to make it your own. We are going to use 2 pounds of boned-in chicken thighs. Now we're gonna season it with salt and pepper. Now remember, you can substitute and use any piece of chicken that you prefer. In some countries it's popular to eat rabbit, for example Spain, so you can replace the chicken for rabbit if you desire. We're going to warm up and add oil to the pot we're gonna be using for the paella. On half heat, we're gonna cook our chicken for 5 minutes on each side. Once we remove our chicken, we're gonna use the same pot to cook our onions, and that is going to give it a great flavor to our onions. We're going to mix it well till we have a golden color. Once our onions are almost done, we're gonna add the chorizo. We are going to mix it and let it cook for 5 minutes. Now we can add our diced pepper. We are going to mix for about 3 minutes. Now we can add the 2 diced Romano tomatoes. Now we add our 4 crushed garlic cloves. Add 1 teaspoon of paprika. Now we are going to add 2 cups of short grain rice, or also known as bomba rice. I cannot emphasize enough to always use short grain rice and never to use long grain for the paella. Add 4 cups of chicken broth. The cooking time is gonna be about 30 to 40 minutes on half heat. Now we're going to season with 1 teaspoon of salt, and now let's add 1 teaspoon of black pepper. We're gonna add a pinch of saffron. We have cut our chicken in smaller pieces, and we're gonna add it to our paella so it finishes cooking. Now we're going to add our pound of mussels. I wash my mussels right before I add it to my paella, so make sure you always wash them on cold water, and make sure you scrub it before you add it to any dish. We're going to use 1 cup of edamame, but you can replace it with any type of bean you prefer. For example, peas. Now we're going to add our shrimp, and we're going to let it cook for 30 to 40 minutes on half heat. And like I said before, don't be afraid to substitute or add any ingredients to your paella. Now the last step is going to be to slice our roasted red peppers to decorate our beautiful paella. Now we're going to add them to the top of our paella to decorate. Thanks for stopping by my channel one more week, and now it's time to enjoy this delicious paella. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe, click the bell, and share with your friends. I see you next week for a new video. Also remember, all the ingredients are in the description box.